It's time for this week's Here's How. And this week, here's how to advertise your Backstreet Caesarean business. When you're in the middle of town, wait next to the alley that leads to your premises and ask strangers if they'll come and have a look at this down here. Then, the ones that do want to have a look at what you've got down there, you can give a lovely little guided tour of your surgery to them. Get yourself a little radio advert with a little jingle that everyone will repeat in the office. Oh, you won't tear from front to back, 'cause I'll take care of that. Something like that. Maybe if it translates to you being on telly with this advert, you slap a pregnant woman's belly like a used car salesman, or at least like that used car salesman meme, on the beat of that. So if you imagine, oh, you won't tear from front to back, 'cause I'll take care of that, like that, and you'd slap the belly. Leaflets are an effective means of reaching new customers. If you design the leaflet with a clever little pull tab that tears across the leaflet and exposes a little pocket with a business card inside that just reads, "It is this easy," people will be more inclined to encourage their friends to hire you for their Caesarean. Little social media videos, opening packets of crisps, biscuits and instant noodles, but when you open it, you find a little toy baby and you remove it, followed by a close-up of the camera to your head, where you say, "Let me do this," to you. And it comes up with a little thumbs up emoji and writing that says, "The only mobile Caesarean sectioner." A clip from The Dark Knight where the Joker's blowing up the hospital, but it's your face superimposed onto the Joker's face, but you're wearing Joker makeup. And then the camera spins round to you holding a camera, but without the Joker disguise on. And you say, "Aren't you glad you didn't use a hospital for your recent Caesarean?" And then the camera flips around again to a woman holding a relatively fresh baby. And she says, "Yes, I am very happy that you removed my baby for me." Like she's got a gun to her head. Walk around the town and ask any fat woman if she's pregnant. If she says she is, you say, "Well, how about a Caesarean? I'm doing a special offer at the minute where I take the baby out for free and I only charge for sewing you back up afterwards." People love a deal, and with so many closing down sales on the high street, you need your premises and enterprise to stand out with some form of memorable deal. Obviously, you're charging for both parts, or I guess all three parts of the section, the open, the removal and the closing, but you just put zeros on the invoice for step 1 and 2 and just add it all onto step 3. Get your dog all riled up and horny and then take him round the park on a sunny day. He's bound to impregnate at least one of the dogs, and you say to the owner, "Look, I'm ever so sorry, but if you and your dog star in my advert and let me record the procedure, I'll give you Bichon Frise a Caesarean for free, totally gratis." Hire loads of attractive women and request that they all wear tasteful underwear, bikinis or crop tops, and then draw a faint purple line on the toned bodies. Then parade them around near the corner shop, stopping anyone that goes by saying, "Hey, feel this scar on her." Then as they rub the consenting lady's stomach, you say, "Smooth that, innit? You married? Got a girlfriend? Thinking of having children?" Then discuss your offers with them and try to get them all riled up and horny so they go home and impregnate the significant other. Or, if it was a woman you convinced to rub the thinner ladies' bellies, then get her all broody with a little leaflet of loads of babies that have been recently removed from wombs. Point at the open torsos and tell her, "That could be you in the next issue." Nothing gets a woman broody like a glimpse into a slightly invasive surgery. Host a pop-up. In your local market, there's probably an empty store where you can host a live Caesarean with viewing windows so that the public can watch your work and see that you know what you're doing. Hygiene would be the only concern, but I imagine as long as you wash your hands afterwards, you should be safe. Find yourself one of those religious fellas, them alcoholics that shout and sing down their portable tannoy systems to warn the public about sex before marriage means God won't love you, and that if you don't look for God, that he won't care about you when the time comes to pit all of our reanimated bodies against each other in the Judgment Day Holy War. Tell them that you'll give a £50 donation to their scaremongering cause if they learn the songs that you write about Caesareans. Maybe you'd want to write something like, "You're looking for... There's no need to pout. I'll suck some out when I scoop out your baby. Shaped like a C across your belly. I'll reach in and pull out your new kid. You can't call me a doctor. Just Caesarean, Caesareans, I'm barely a midwife. Just good with my hands. Just call 0350 7240 876453291. Do them in a van, parked in your garden. And now I'm booked up until next Friday. Till next Friday. You can't call me a doctor, just an extractor. Extractor. I was never struck off, 'cause I'd never passed. Oh, and about half survive, but they signed forms, it's alright. I'm just glad I got to try. And well, the experience is good for you. Bit of Elvis for the uninitiated. Maybe you want to give your potential customers easy to follow instructions. Bring me your sonograph. Lie yourself down in me bath. Sign this waiver in case it's dead, or in case I squeeze on its head. Please do not touch my cup. It's where I keep the tools to make the cut. Here's a dog toy to pop in your mouth. Please ask your man to go and wait on the couch. The room's a squeeze, but it'll do. If you'd paid more, I'd have come to you. I cut my teeth on my young sister's mice. I used to do it every other night. Sometimes they weren't pregnant though. I just wanted to have another go. I've done a deer horse on my neighbour's hen. They don't even need a Caesarean. Birds don't need one. Hold your skin flap with your hand, that's what your glove's for. The speed I'll have this baby out is what you're paying for. I cannot spell it, I'll just say it. C-section, Caesarean. That was obviously a bit of Nickelback for you there. And that's the end of this week's Here's How. Join the Patreon if you want more as well. I always forget to tell yous.